Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. Now this video is all going to be just my 2025 reading journal setup because I finally finished it and I just want to show you how it's all set up, give you some ideas if you're lacking. And I did this video last year and it did quite well, everyone seemed quite interested in it, so I thought I would do it again this year. I have gone with a different theme and I'm using this Scribble and Dot Gold Bee journal. I think how I'm going to format this video is I'm going to just start with a quick flip through, no talking, just really quickly flip through the pages, and then we will get into a more detailed look through afterwards. So now we're going to go through a bit more in depth. So obviously I've gone with a celestial and moth kind of theme this year. I wanted to kind of keep it quite simple and more muted colours because I usually go really bright colours, but with my felt tips I'm limited on like colour range, so it always just looks a little bit basic. So I wanted to try something completely different and try and branch out and challenge myself. So we have my title page here. These ones all have paper, scrapbook paper stuck in because they were like pages that weren't the dots, they were like index things and stuff, so I wanted to still make use of all the pages. And the idea with this reading journal is that I've not filled all of it, so hopefully it can be a reading journal that I use for the next few years, and then just do new title pages for each year as and when. So we have my moth title page here, and then we go into my reading log. I just like doing this because it's fun to sort of see what order I read things in, and then I have a little column for ratings. I didn't go too far with the numbers, I think I only went up to 85, yeah, so I will probably, chances are, end up reading more books than that, but at least it's a good sort of starting point, and then it's not way too much that won't get filled if I don't manage to read too many. Then moving over to the next page, again you can see the theme with the scrapbook paper, those colours, the moths, things like that. So here we have a classics tracker, so this is all the ones that I have and whether I've read them or not. And then this here is a book bucket list. Now last year I did book bingo. Some of the prompts that I had on it weren't that applicable, so I've tried to go for different things on this one that are now more applicable to me and give them like different styles and make it just look a little bit more interesting, because last time I literally just wrote things in. Then I am a massive book shopping addict as well as reader, and I buy way too many books, so this I'm hoping is going to help keep me accountable, because if I start seeing like 20 books bought at the beginning of the year and this starts filling up really quickly, then I'm going to feel really like I desperately have a problem. So I'm hoping this is going to keep me under control so that I focus mostly on my extensive physical TBR before buying too many. Obviously there will be some anticipated releases that I will probably more than likely get, but this is the only space I've put this. I didn't want to put like too many pages because then I knew I would have been too tempted, but yeah. So this is, I'm just going to write in how many, like what number book it is, the title, whether it's like Kindle or physical, and the date. Then this here is my like bookshelf setup for every book that I read in 2025. I don't know yet how many I've put there, if that's going to be enough or not. We will see. Again, it might be something that I start. Once it's full, I might just have to leave it, basically. But I've got little, like, shelf trinkets, so a little plant, a little Deathly Hallows image, some crystal balls, crystals, things like that, to kind of still fit with the colour scheme and the theme. And then I have a key down here, so any physical books I read, once I write in the title, they'll get coloured in blue, Kindle in red, and audio in green. Now moving on, we have the Kindle library, which is much the same sort of scenario. I will write the titles on the book once I've read them, and then I will colour them in just different colours. Then here, I've never done this in a previous journal before, at least not in this way. And I really love how this has turned out. This is my 2025 anticipated releases page. So there's a few of those on there which were obviously in my video for that. If you haven't already seen it, then you can go back through the playlist or through my channel, and I'll try and leave it linked down below if I can remember. Then here I'm trying something else new again. I don't think I've done this in this style before, so again, we've got the same scrapbook colour scheme paper going on, and then we have the tick boxes, which I will colour in once I've read them. So we have priority standalones that I really want to get to in 2025, and then series, and then I can track which ones I've read and which ones I've still got to go. These are only the priority series. I'm in the middle of so many series, so these are the ones that I would ideally love to get to before any others. And then here we have my physical TBR as of the 1st of January. Now this is a little bit, I'm hoping it's going to still be accurate basically, because I've put to one side all the books that I'm hoping to read this year. So if I get to all of those, then I'll just keep reading on Kindle so that this list isn't affected. If I don't get to them all, then I do have space at the end to just add a few more on, but it's going to be frustrating because I've done it by genre. So obviously we have fantasy, classics, literary fiction, miscellaneous, and then romance. And then over here it goes to mystery thriller. So yeah, I have some space here if I need to add extras in, like if I get any for Christmas and things like that as well. And then we have my January title page. So this one, all these title pages are basically just, again, celestial moth themed, with the same sort of scrapbook paper on some, and then I've tried to kind of keep the colours not super bright and a bit more limited. So this one's just like a fun little doodly page. So it's the same for every month. I have a title page, double page spread, and then I have this page set up, which is January Reads. So the idea is that as I go each month, I will stick in the book covers of what I read. I can put star ratings by them if I want. This is a space for a monthly TBR, which I'm hoping to pick out every month. I've left 10 spaces because I wouldn't ever do more than 10. And then on each month I have a new releases box. That's just to help me remember which ones are out each month. I always find that if I have all the new releases in one space somewhere else, then as they come around I'm never aware of it. Whereas I'm hoping that this way each month I'll see which ones are coming out and then I'll be on it more. So now these next few pages I'm going to go a bit quicker through because again it's exactly the same setup as the January monthly spread, so it's just the title pages are different. So that's February, and then again, as I say, same layout as January reads. Then we have March, and you'll notice as we go through these ones, when I kind of gave up and was lacking the motivation, and when I sort of found the style which I preferred and hit my stride with that. So this is one of my favourite title pages for May. I just love the design style, and I actually really quite like these like lines that kind of come down on the sides as well. This was like my first proper fine liner black and white title page with like just these simple little additions extra, and I really enjoyed that style, so you'll see towards the end that became like my favourite version. And obviously I drew all of these freehand by myself. Obviously these ones are scrapbook paper with it printed on stuck in, but like all of the main things I drew by hand myself from just like Pinterest images. And then we have July. I didn't really like July, I don't really like that one very much, but it is kind of cool how the wing colours match the corners, and it was something a bit different because I didn't want any of them to be repetitive and the same. August, I really love this one. I think that was just so good. I love just the simplicity of the black and white, I think, and I found a new art style which I really thoroughly enjoy. So then we have August reads. September, this is one of my favourites again, and you'll notice it has those sort of lines down the background as well. Got some moons, got a bit of green to it. I really liked this one. These ones took longer, but I feel like it shows, and that's why they're sort of more my favourites. So yeah, it's this kind of scribbly pen shading style that I've really enjoyed. And I like with this one, the purple and the yellow are complementary colours, so they help set each other off. And then we have November. November took so long. The amount of detail and like time that this one took is actually a bit ridiculous. And I didn't really love it at first once I finished it, but actually looking at it on camera, it doesn't look that bad. I am actually quite pleased with that one. It's not my favourite by a long way, but I am still very pleased with it. And then again we have the November reads spread, which again, as I said, is going to be exactly the same as the January reads spread. And then finally we come to my December title page. This one's just quite simple because I wanted to keep it a bit more simple rather than have them all be so bad. But yeah, this one has again that black and white pen shading, which I grew to really love. So yeah, I think that's an art style that I'm going to definitely use going forwards. But yes, that is it for this video. That's all that I've got set up. Oh, and then it's just the December reads page there, and then nothing. That's it. So then I have a lot of space left to hopefully continue this journal for another year or so. Hopefully a few years. But yes, do let me know what you think of the theme and the drawings and the setup style, and let me know if you're doing one for next year and what theme yours is. Yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already, and hopefully I'll see you in another video very soon.